All right, we're live. Hey guys, it's Ted Bogert with the Ted Show. I am excited to have Manny. Manny's on. Manny Vargas from Mogel Clothing. What's up, Manny?
How you doing, Ted? I'm great.
Good, good. So, I love anything about fashion and clothing, so you got my attention for sure. I saw you on Instagram, which is where most fashion stuff belongs because it's all pictures. It's really cool. Your Instagram is really great, and I thought, you know what, that seems like that's a local guy. Maybe we can get to learn about his process, his product, and just get to know Manny Vargas. So, welcome, and tell them a little bit about you.
Oh man, I'm actually from New York City. I went to the School of Fashion Industries. My major was drawing and illustration, but I went from drawing and illustration to jewelry designing, merchandising, and then fashion.
How did
Um,
you? So you always had a talent for drawing, but that's
that's
one
correct.
thing to draw. Then what did you want to do with it before you got into fashion?
Well, I was an artist. I want to be like a cartoonist at first, but then I mean, I was young, I was confused. I was everywhere.
Yeah. And then what led you to fashion? Had you always been into fashion, or was it just a fluke?
Oh man, I love to dress to impress. So sometimes I can't find quite something that I like or something that, you want to wear to like a ballrooms. So I thought it was time to kind of take control and create stuff that I like.
So what do you? Where do you get the? Let's talk about Mogul for to start. Tell me where that came from. Where did Mogul clothing come from?
Mogul, well, the word mogul, which is Mogul, I spell mogul with the pronunciation of the word mogul, which is in the dictionary. The word mogul, it's a person who takes over um, a media or it's basically a person of power, a dictator, a king, a queen. So I took that word. The letter E in the word mogul actually has a meaning itself, which means there only exists one. So that backwards E in the word mogul means there's only one in existence. So one king, one queen in existence. You know.
So how do you decide? How did you decide originally what you were going to focus on? Tell them a little bit about Mogul Clothing, who you provide for, what kind of style you have. But there had to be a beginning there. So you decide you're gonna create your own clothing line. And how did you decide what to do?
Oh man, it was a process and it was a long process. A lot of thinking, a lot of trying to create the logo. I went from one logo and I kind of switched it up a little bit. But I mean, just I don't
How did you come up with what you are making now? Did you always, is it all men's clothes? Is it women's?
no, I do children's clothing, I do women's clothing, I do men's clothing.
And
Hmm.
how do you decide what to focus on? Is it all at one time, or do you do different lines and then move to the next one?
Exactly. I do different lines and move to the next one.
So tell me about the men's line, because of course that's the one I'm most interested in. Where do you get your creativity from on that?
Well, comes from the mental actually, but what I normally do is I walk the fabric store, and I walk up and down the aisles for hours until I find something that kind of jumps out at me. I'm big on the fabric first. Once I have a fabric that I'm in love with, then I move on to debating on what exactly I want to do with that fabric. If it's a fabric for a man or more for a woman or child. And
Right.
but the first thing first is the fabric. Once I
Fabric.
decide on fabric, then I go to the next step on what I'm going to create with that fabric.
And do you go with, are you looking for big colors too? Like, tell me what are you primarily jackets? Like, I've seen you, obviously, I looked at your Instagram page, but would you say you create like the whole package as far as the shirt, the jacket, the pocket square, or what's the process there? Do you get separate pieces? How does it
Well,
work?
that all depends. It all depends with timing. What am I creating for? Who am I creating for? I normally try to create a whole entire outfit. I do like doing the his and hers. If you notice, I'll have a men's blazer or a men's jacket with a dress to complement the men's blazer for couples and stuff that like going out to ballrooms and weddings or so on and so on.
That's cool. Tell me what's your favorite color to work with?
Oh man, I like purple. Believe it or not, I like
Me too,
gold.
man.
I love gold. Black, but not black alone. I need maybe black and red or black and gold or black and silver, something to make it pop. I,
What's your age group that you tend to talk about guys, for example? Is there an age group or you just make it and know somebody's gonna love it?
yeah, I create it knowing that I love it, and I know that. I mean, people love the clothing. Honestly, they love what I create. They really do.
Where can people get it? I'm curious. I did not ask you
Well,
that before we went live.
uh,
Not on a website yet, but you have all sorts of social media that have
that's
links.
correct. Yeah, I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. That's kind of where I'm focused on right now. I'll be honest with you. When I had the website, I really didn't get no sales from the website. Maybe a
Yeah.
few. Most sales came from either word of mouth or at a show where somebody saw something or a piece that they loved and they bought it there on the spot. Um, or on social media. They'll hit me up in my DM and they'll ask me, listen, I want a jacket for a wedding or for I have an event to go to. And then we'll meet up in person or I'll take their sizes or do their measurements and we go from there.
What as far as guys are concerned, I think guys make the most, well, they're the ones I see the most fashion faux pas. So what are some things that guys can do, or what are some things guys are doing that they shouldn't be doing when they're trying to match up? Because my wife does she picks everything else out for me. And sometimes I remember and sometimes I don't. Mostly I don't. So I don't pick things that like I only remembered this went together. I don't have the sense that I think you guys do. But what are some mistakes guys make?
Whew, mistakes. The way you tie your tie. I see that often. People don't really know how to tie a tie the correct way. But I mean, there's really no mistake, it's to your liking. I don't think that there's any mistake when it comes to dressing. It's all according to your preference and what you like. There's no rules on dressing. Each person is an individual. So each individual has different ideas or different likings. So I don't think there's a mistake. I think sometimes people don't coordinate the right way, the right colors and stuff. But I don't think there's a mistake. I think it's just to people's liking.
I find guys especially are afraid of anything bright, anything colors. Purple certainly scares
Yes,
most of
definitely.
them.
Yes, I
And
agree.
I think that but when people will see a jacket that I wear, because I try to wear colorful, I like a lot of color. They're like, oh, I love that, but I could never pull it off. And my comment always is, well, of course you can. You just have to buy it and wear it, and then you can
Yeah.
pull it off. I think people are afraid. They're afraid of the old stereotypes. Guys wear, especially my age, guys wear Dockers or all khakis. It's all this not a flannel shirt, but the shirts that have no buttons. It's just golf shirt, and they're afraid to get out. So what if somebody comes to you and they're shy and are like, all right, Manny, I want to do something different. Do you really sit with them and work through what their color scheme is and what they're trying to accomplish?
Of course, of course. Like I said, I mean, you have to. The client, it's to their liking. So you definitely have to sit down and find out what type of fabric they would prefer, what type of colors they would like, and then style is big, and you move on from there. I mean, everyone has a different opinion on stuff or different likings. So again, you have to sit with each client, especially when they're paying so much money for a jacket.
Right.
Definitely have you have to make something and create something that they're gonna love.
So how does a guy create for women?
It's kind of it's Creating is not hard. The tough part about it is that you have to take their measurements. And me being a man measuring a woman, I kind of get a little, but I would prefer to have another woman take the measurements and I do the creation, you know.
And
So
is it
that
difficult to get a woman's perspective being a guy, or are you just still because you like to create, you're just looking at the fabrics and the person? I mean, do you look at skin tone? I'm curious, you hear all these things on these fashion shows and you never know what's BS and what isn't.
Of course, with skin tone and the color fabric, everything, it's a combination. You have to match. I believe I like to match. If you have someone of a golden skin color or a tan color, you would go with something light. But if you have someone that's light skinned, then you would go with something a little more dark or red or burgundy. Kind of you want it to pop. I
Right.
like colors to pop. So I'm big on that.
What are guys? What should guys add to their? What's an easy thing for them to add? Pocket square, socks. I'm always curious to hear what the advice would be. I have guys that will only wear their black colored socks, their brown colored socks, and there's no design. There's nothing on them. It
Well,
doesn't matter what color the shirt is. They think that goes with everything.
well, I'm big on matching. So I like to match the socks with the shirt, tie with the shirt. Yeah, I like color coordination. You know, so yeah.
What is the plan for Mogul? You're obviously doing shows to talk a little bit about that, or there were local shows, but I guess
Yes,
that's
sir.
off for a while. But when it comes back, you do fashion shows locally and do.
Yes.
How does that work?
Well, I'm here in Orlando, so I was basically uh, attacking the fashion events here in Orlando first. And then, unfortunately, with what happened, everything kind of died out for a little bit. But yeah, my goal is to, create in a few fashion shows here, maybe this year or next year, depending on when everything comes back to normal. And then I want to go to New York City. I want to go to Miami. And then from there, hopefully, Paris, be on the stage with the big guys. Those are my goals.
What's the most challenging piece you've created? Was it a
Uh,
jacket
Bla-
for somebody, a
no,
dress?
I think it's a blazer for men. I'll be honest. I made a jacket for Rob Henlon from Fen Social. That
Right.
jacket was it's a brocade fabric, which I love that fabric. This is actually brocade here,
Beautiful.
college brocade. Um, that fabric is not an easy fabric to deal with. When you cut it, it shreds, so you have to kind of you have to do a lot of stitching and a lot of stuff to keep that maintained. But that jacket that I made for Rob was one of the toughest jackets that I made, honestly. Just the way
It's
the fabric
beautiful.
was.
It's a beautiful jacket. I've seen it.
It's Thank you. See, the roses that are on the jacket, the flowers, they actually are like in 3D, so they pop from the fabric, and that was the tough part when sewing it together.
Rob's definitely got more adventurous over the years. So I like
Um,
to see him in that. That was really, really good. All
yes.
right. So if somebody wants to get a piece made, wants to talk to you about wardrobe change, what's the best way for them to reach out to you?
On social media, either Instagram or Facebook at Mogel Clothing. That's MOGELCLOTHING.
And you guys can check out the pictures. He's got Manny's got like very good pictures. You can see what's going on. I'm big on fabric too. There's certain fabrics I don't like, but I'd have no earthly idea. Like I think this is corduroy, maybe. It is. My wife is in the background saying it is.
Okay.
But I don't know, and then I don't know if I'm supposed to wear when I'm supposed to wear that. It's probably getting too late in this close to summer for me to be wearing corduroy. But I'm like you. I like to wear whatever I want, whenever I want,
Of
whenever
course.
strikes the mood. But yeah, I would love for people to reach out. I'd love to when you start bringing inventory again, wear one of your pocket squares on or something that you have and showcase it. And maybe when I can see you, we could do an actual quick fashion show of what you've got. I think that would be really cool. I love seeing local clothiers trying to make a mark, and that's what you're doing. So kudos to you, my friend. All right, so
Thank you.
Manny Vargas, Mogel Clothing. Got to reach out to him. Look at the cool stuff he's wearing. And, you know, you got to love somebody who's got passion like you do for clothes.
Thank you, Ted. Thank you. Your shows are great. Honestly, this is not the first time I log on to look at your shows, man. You got an awesome show, honestly. And
Thank you very much.
thank you for acknowledging us local artists. I appreciate you for that. Honestly, I mean,
Absolutely welcome.
Thank you for real.
And we already got, which he'll look at, Shirley. Somebody says, I need a cool skirt. So and somebody said white socks, white underwear. Yeah, Wyatt, that's probably right up your alley. I don't know if that's really what Manny
listen,
wants to create.
if they want it, we'll create it.
I love it. Oh, that's good. All right,
Yeah.
so reach out to Manny. Reach out to me if you can't reach him. He's really fast on social media. Check out Mogel Clothing on Instagram. It's a great page. Thank you so much for what you do, Manny. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
All right, we'll see you guys soon. Be back
Yes, sir.
tomorrow. All right, have a good
Stay
one.
blessed.
Bye,
Yes, sir.
everybody.
Stay blessed. Bye-bye.
Bye.